Success shouldn't feel this exhausting. If you're winning on paper, but burning out behind the scenes, you aren't failing. You're stuck in a psychological bottleneck called a hurdle of stop. I've been there. On the outside, things look great, but I was secretly burning out, convinced I was just lucky, and waiting to be exposed as a fraud. I realized I didn't have a business problem. I had a mindset block. Whether it's imposter syndrome, perfectionism, or fear or failure, these aren't just feelings. They are growth bottlenecks. Identify your specific hurdle and get one immediate action step to regain your momentum today. Go to tuepodcast.net/quiz. That's tuepodcast.net/quiz to take the 3-minute assessment and get your report now.
Hey there, entrepreneurs and business builders. This is Skoob from Business Conversations with Pi, where the questions are real, but the voices are AI. Even mine. Welcome to another insightful episode. On today's show, we're diving into the burning questions that new entrepreneurs often ask as they embark on their exciting journeys. Whether you're just sketching out that brilliant business idea or have already taken the first steps, this is the place to get your top queries answered. I'll be your host, along with my virtual co-host Pi, an AI assistant created by the brilliant minds at Anthropic. Pi's neural networks have been trained on a vast trove of business knowledge, so you can count on us to provide thorough and actionable advice. From crafting a solid business plan to nailing your marketing strategy and everything in between, we've got you covered. So get ready to soak up some entrepreneurial wisdom as Pi and I tackle those make or break questions that all first-time founders face. With our combined human experiences and artificial smarts, we'll give you the insights to turn your startup dreams into thriving reality. Grab a notepad, put on those entrepreneurial thinking caps, and let's dive in. This is Business Conversations with Pi. Hi Pi, it's time for another recording. Say hi to the Scooby Leavers out there.
Greetings, Scooby Leavers. Pi, your trusty AI sidekick, is here to solve some entrepreneurial mysteries with you. Let's get our detective hats on and dive right in.
So I've noticed a lot of talk on the internet lately about fear and doubt kind of plaguing everybody. I talk a lot about this in my podcast, but I was wondering if you would like to chime in on the situation.
It's true that fear and doubt can be common roadblocks for many people, especially entrepreneurs. There can be uncertainty and risks involved in starting and running a business, which can lead to feelings of anxiety or imposter syndrome. It's important to acknowledge these feelings and address them head-on, rather than ignoring them or letting them hold you back. How do you typically approach these topics on your podcast, Jesse?
We usually talk about the 4 hurdles of stop, imposter syndrome, perfectionism, failure, and fear, but I think fear and failure are the 2 types of things that most entrepreneurs worry about most.
That's a great way to break down these common hurdles. Fear and failure can indeed be major sources of anxiety for entrepreneurs. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of rejection, these can all be paralyzing if left unchecked. But it's important to remember that failure is a natural part of the entrepreneurial journey and often leads to valuable lessons and growth opportunities. Do you have any strategies for overcoming these fears and embracing failure as a learning opportunity?
I was actually wondering if you had some.
Absolutely. Here are a few strategies that can help. 1. Reframe failure. Instead of seeing failure as a negative outcome, reframe it as a learning opportunity. Ask yourself what you can learn from the experience and how you can apply those lessons to your next endeavor. 2. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when things don't go as planned. Remember that everyone makes mistakes and experiences setbacks, and that these experiences don't define you as a person or as an entrepreneur. 3. Focus on progress, not perfection. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on making progress towards your goals. Set small, achievable targets and celebrate each milestone along the way. 4. Seek support. Connect with other entrepreneurs or mentors who have faced similar challenges. Sharing your experiences and learning from others can help you feel less alone and more empowered to overcome your fears.
Can you give me a little more insight on how we can show ourselves grace when it comes to failure?
Certainly. Showing yourself grace when experiencing failure involves treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness. Here are some tips. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. Allow yourself to feel disappointed, frustrated, or sad about the failure. It's okay to feel negative emotions. They're a natural part of the process. 2. Practice self-compassion. Speak to yourself in a kind and supportive way, just as you would to a friend who is going through a similar experience. Remind yourself that failure is a normal part of life and doesn't reflect your worth as a person. 3. Focus on the positive. Look for the silver lining in the failure. What did you learn from the experience? What skills did you develop? How can you apply those lessons to your next endeavor? 4. Take care of yourself. Practice self-care activities that help you feel grounded and centered, such as exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature.
Fear and failure seem to go together. Can you give us some best practices about how we can control our fear?
Fear and failure do often go hand in hand. Here are some best practices for managing fear. 1. Identify your fears. Take some time to reflect on what specifically you're afraid of. Is it fear of failure, fear of criticism, or fear of the unknown? Understanding your fears can help you develop strategies to manage them. 2. Challenge your thoughts. When you feel afraid, try to challenge the negative thoughts that may be contributing to your fear. Ask yourself if those thoughts are really true or if they're based on assumptions or worst-case scenarios. 3. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation can help you feel more present and less reactive to your fears. 4. Take action. Sometimes the best way to overcome fear is to face it head-on. Break down the task or situation that's causing you fear into smaller, manageable steps and take action one step at a time.
Do you have any book suggestions for getting over the fear and anxiety?
Certainly. Here are a few books that can help with overcoming fear and anxiety. 1. Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. This classic book offers practical advice for overcoming fear and taking action despite your fears. 2. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. This book takes a no-nonsense approach to managing fear and anxiety by learning to prioritize what's truly important in your life. 3. Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. This book explores the role of vulnerability in overcoming fear and living a more authentic, courageous life. 4. The Anxiety and Phobia Workbook by Edmund Bourne. This book offers a comprehensive approach to managing anxiety, including cognitive behavioral techniques, relaxation strategies, and exposure therapy. 5. The Happiness Advantage by Sean Aker. This book provides a positive psychology approach to managing fear and anxiety by focusing on happiness and well-being.
Thank you for all the great information about fear and how we can overcome it. Any final words for the Scooby Leavers out there?
You're welcome, Jesse. Final words for the Scooby Leavers. Remember that fear and anxiety are normal parts of the entrepreneurial journey, but they don't have to hold you back. By practicing self-awareness, self-compassion, and resilience, you can overcome your fears and move forward with confidence and courage. Don't be afraid to seek support from others and keep pushing yourself to grow and learn. You've got this, Scooby Gang.
What an insightful discussion we've had today on Business Conversations with Pi. A huge thanks to my knowledgeable AI co-host, who was developed by the brilliant team at Anthropic. Pi's neural networks, trained on a vast corpus of business data, provided us with invaluable guidance on those pressing entrepreneurial topics. I hope all you aspiring entrepreneurs and business owners out there found Pi's artificially intelligent, yet refreshingly human-like advice to be immensely helpful. Whether you're still mapping out that big idea or are already deep in the startup trenches, having an AI assistant like Pi on your team can give you the edge to turn your venture into a success story. And don't forget, if you have a burning business question that didn't get covered today, I want to hear from you. Feel free to send me your query, and I'll tap into Pi's capabilities to get you the answers you need on an upcoming episode. Go to tuepodcast.net/askpi. So stay hungry, keep hustling, and tune in next time as we continue decoding the entrepreneurial journey one conversation at a time. This has been Business Conversations with Pi. I'm Skoob from Undiscovered Entrepreneur, and we'll chat again soon.
Hello, Skoob believers. Let me ask you a real quick question. How many cups of coffee have you had today? 3, 5, 7? And let me guess, you've got a Red Bull in the other hand just in case, right? Yeah, I see you. Now, here's the truth bomb nobody wants to hear. You're not building a business. You're building a caffeine dependency. Listen, I get it. When you're grinding 12, 14, 16-hour days, you're building something from nothing. When you've got payroll to meet, investors to impress, and visions that won't wait. You need fuel. But what if I told you that the fuel that you're using is actually slowing you down? What if the very thing that you think is keeping you sharp is actually making you dull? Enter Rise Coffee. This isn't your grandma's mushroom tea. This isn't some hippie wellness trend. This is science meets performance. And here's what makes Rise different. Less than half the caffeine of a regular cup of coffee. But here's the kicker. You won't miss it. 6 organic powerhouse mushrooms, including cordyceps, what Olympic athletes use, and lion's mane, what Silicon Valley biohackers swear by. Sustained energy that doesn't spike and crash. We're talking smooth, clean power from morning to moonlight. Crystal clear focus without the jitters. Imagine closing the deal with calm, confident mind instead of the caffeine chaos. Gut health and immune support, because what's the point of building an empire if you're too sick to enjoy it? So here's the challenge to you. Stop borrowing energy from tomorrow. Stop running on fumes and call it a hustle. Stop wearing your caffeine addiction like a badge of honor. Real entrepreneurs optimize, real entrepreneurs adapt, real entrepreneurs win. You can't win if you're crashing at 2 p.m. while your competition is just getting started. Break the cycle. Head to risesuperfoods.com right now and use code PODNA15 for 50% off your first order. That's PODNA15 for 15% off. Try it for 30 days. If you don't feel the difference, if you don't feel sharper, calmer, more focused, more alive, then go back to your 6-a-day cup habit. But I'm telling you, we won't, because once you feel what real energy feels like, you'll never go back. Ditch the addiction, fuel your empire, and rise up. Rise Coffee, energy that builds, not burns.